This is the Redhead steering gear video. Hope you guys like it. And now I'm back at home on paternity leave. Here's my new little workshop back here. And I had to completely clear out the garage. You can see, put some workout shit right here. My garage is completely clear. I got my Lexus over there. And then there's the truck. Look at it. Look at it. So today the name of the game is to get that Redhead steering box on. Been lagging and I never got it on. But with these big old tires, I definitely need that baby on now. So today's the day. Let's get it, dude. So there she is. Now she's got to go in here. Let's look. Oh yeah, see that greasy, dirty mess? Alright, first name of the game is, I'm going to clean it up a little bit. Disconnect the lines. Disconnect the tie rod or drag link, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, and then just unbolt it. See, I got a little paper bag or plastic bag right there, so maybe I try not to make a mess, but I'm doubtful. This thing's been leaking for a really long time, and I don't really want to make too big of a mess with all the fluid and all that shit, so I'm going to try and be as careful as I can. But with greasy hands, I don't think I'm going to be able to record too much. I might put my phone up here on time lapse, and yeah, maybe just talk about it when I'm all done. So. Alright, so a little bit of work. I'll update you guys. This isn't a DIY how-to. I don't like that. I'm not that detailed. I could just give you a brief rundown of what I did. And yeah. So cotter pins right there. Use the pliers. It turns out it was a 22 millimeter for the drag link nut. I used a 1/2 inch and a 5/8 for the feed and the return line pry bar to pry it off. You got to take that bolt all the way out. There's the bolt right there. I use the paint marker because I like to mark the steering shaft. Definitely you don't need to. I just like to keep it there for just a little baseline when I'm getting back into it. 1/2 inch for that bolt I just talked about. The flathead was for the air intake. I jacked the truck up so both tires are off the ground, so when I do reinstall it, bleeding is easy. I actually do get full lock with it like this. When I drive though, I don't get the last like quarter because the truck is moving, obviously. But yeah, that's kind of where I'm at right now. I'm about to go get my ball joint puller, pull that, and then get a pan, disconnect the lines, and then the 3 bolts on the frame, and then we'll go from there. I'm going to put it back on timeline. Alright guys, so I think I got a phone call or something and my phone vibrated off the thing. So there's the old steering box. Got to find a socket to fit that. I got my big boys in my other toolbox. I'll drop it off, and then I got the pitman arm puller right there. Hopefully it'll work. If not, I have a lift pitman arm, but obviously I haven't put my lift on yet. So yeah, hopefully that'll come off. Put it on, and I like this stuff right here. It's some enamel, semi-gloss black, Rust-Oleum. You know, if you want to clean everything real nice, you might want some gloss, but I don't know, that looks good enough for me. I only really cleaned up behind where the steering box is going to sit. It ain't perfect. This is not a perfect truck. Don't claim it to be. So the rest of the frame, when I do the lift I'll spend a little bit more time sanding and prepping and painting that a little nicer, but something underneath the steering box you're never gonna see, so I'm not gonna spend too much time on it. So this is where we're at. And let's get this bad boy on here. All right, so everybody likes to talk shit about these Harbor Freight. There we go. Let's scoot this over a little. These Harbor Freight impacts. So full charge. I don't know if you guys can see that. There we go. Let's try. Actually, I don't want to get my hands that greasy. All right, let's try. All right, I'm gonna actually leave that one unedited clip so y'all could see that. That's pretty cool. I don't even know what these things are torqued to, but people like to talk shit about the Harbor Freight stuff. Harbor Freight of 5 years ago is different than Harbor Freight of now. That's for fucking sure. Boom! I had people talk shit about all this stuff. It ain't gonna work. You're gonna have to cut this off. You're gonna have to heat it off. You might have to do all that. Well, maybe if you live in a rust bucket ass place, you might have to. But luckily, in the desert, we don't. So I'm gonna clean this up. I'm gonna drain all the fluid out of this. Alright guys, yeah, super dirty. It's nice and cleaned up now. The frame is good, everything's installed, everything's lined up. Just lock to lock 20 times with it off to try and bleed it, just like the instructions say. Just like the instructions say that Redhead provided. I've done it honestly like 15 times already, and then I kind of got sidetracked because of this. With the 16 wides, they almost get full turn, but you can kind of see what's going to go on there. Yeah, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to cut that. That'll be a whole nother video, but that's why I kind of got sidetracked. But other than that, everything's in there. Got that fresh fluid. Yeah. See that? Let's go get underneath and check it out. Where you at? Oh, there you are. Look at that. So the only thing I have to do is torque the pitman arm to the box with the wheels on the ground. I just want to make sure that's good, and yeah, just do this bleed and hopefully I get all the air out of the lines and take it for a drive. All in all, very easy job, just dirty because of the status of my truck and probably most all other OBS trucks out there. Maybe you could see in there. Oh yeah, this one's tapped. Tapped for a hydro steer. The hydro steer will be getting done probably after all the suspension is done. all the suspension. Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to go and take this thing down to the car wash and pressure wash all this off. Luckily that's powder coated and not paint, or I think the ATF that's used in there probably would have fucked it up pretty good. All right, fast forward, dirty job. But she's all done. I haven't taken it for a test drive, but I started it, turned it with the wheels in the air, pumps nice and quiet. The steering wheel is just like real responsive, even more than the old one was just in the air. It's ridiculous. The other one's like before you get any engagement, any tire engagement at all. So this one, you barely turn and it's turning. You know, as much slack as in the old ass OBS steering shaft is all the slack that is in this box, which is pretty badass. But everything's torqued, everything's tight. Me personally, I always put little paint marker lines on any important bolts, i.e. the pitman arm bolt. You know, the tie rod or drag link, that one has a cotter pin, so I don't worry about that. But then even though the three on the frame, I'm gonna drive it and then recheck everything, because you know it's gonna settle a little bit, or I think it's gonna settle a little bit. It should. But yeah, just I need to do a test drive, and Redhead steering box done. Let you guys know how the first test drive goes. So I just got back from taking it on a test drive. Thing is amazing. It's just nice and straight, smooth, responsive. I thought I was recording and my phone died, so I guess I wasn't recording at all the whole time. But if you guys are still on the fence about getting a Redhead box, there's really no reason to be on the fence. Made the OBS great again, and if you have a second gen or something, you know you're steering sloppy unless you have a Redhead box. So you better just go check them out, and you won't be dissatisfied, seriously. So there's the truck. Went in, had to take a shower and get cleaned up. So I figured why not throw the Redhead steering gears t-shirt on. But big shout out to the guys over there. I really appreciate everything that you guys have helped me out with. And so a couple things I forgot. The steering, or the socket for the pitman arm, was 1 5/16. It said like 185 foot-pounds of torque on the thing I looked at. You know, my torque wrench only goes to 150, so I set it to 150, click, and then I give it another 2 real good bumps, and I call it good. Hope you guys like the Redhead steering box video. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, or shit that I missed, hit me up and I'll respond. So follow me on Instagram if you don't already. I think that's about it. If you guys like these videos, just give me a thumbs up, and you know, subscribe, do all that fun YouTube stuff. I'm not that good at making videos, but I'm trying to get better. So that was episode 11, 10. I don't know. I have 11. It was 11. So I got another one coming for my little tailgate panel. That should be up probably tomorrow. But like I said, if you guys like it, let me know. Make a comment. Bad, good, I don't care. All right. Peace.